Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, sir. Sir, I rise to support the millions of workers who are on the streets of India as a part of the All India strike by the workers against the implementation of these 4 labor codes. As these 4 labor codes are taking away the basic democratic right of the workers to form the association, to strike, and to have the collective bargaining capacity. So the basic democratic right of the workers is the collective bargaining. If you go through the Industrial Relations Code and other codes, the collective bargaining right is the basic fundamental right of the workforce is being taken away. The right to strike is being restricted, and also so many other provisions by which anti-labor programs and policies and provisions are being initiated by the implementation of the labor codes. So first of all, I humbly demand to the Honorable Minister and the government, please withdraw all the labor codes and have a consensus of the workers, because today the strike is being called by 10 of the recognized trade unions by the government of India, then BMS, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh. All the other 10 central trade unions are today on the strike, except BMS. I feel that BMS is also having reservations on the 4 labor codes. This is my authentic information. So in such a situation, sir, I would like to urge upon the government, please look into the matters, because it is a very sensitive and genuine cause of the workforce. As rightly E.T. Mohammed Bashir has said, the workforce is there contributing the economic growth, they are contributing the wealth of the country, but unfortunately the marginalized sector, the most neglected section of this government during the 11 years of the government is none other than the workforce of the country. That has to be rectified. That is my first point. Sir, regarding this bill, coming to this bill, sir, Jagadambika Apalji was talking that the confusion has arisen because of the implementation of this labor code. How this confusion has come, I am also seeking a ruling from you regarding this point, because this is a legislative process. So the 2020 Act is there. 104 of the bill, that is the Industrial Labor Code bill, there is a provision, 104, there is a provision of repeal. By virtue of 104 of the original bill which was passed by the Parliament, you know that all these 3 acts are repealed. Now, why the government is coming again with a repeal clause? The government has to answer. Sir, it is a grave mistake committed by the ministry, by the government. Who is responsible for it? Jagadambika Apalji was saying that such a confusion. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister, because, Honorable Chairman, you may kindly see, all these 4 labor codes were passed without having proper, fruitful discussion in the House. That is the reason why this error, it just crept in. Suppose the bill was discussed in the Parliament, definitely we would have raised this issue. What is the issue? What is the issue? According to, by virtue of section 104 of the original bill or the act which was passed by the Parliament, repeal power is delegated to the executive. That is the issue. Sir, I would like to quote in reference Delhi Laws Act 1951, the presidential reference under Article 143 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court has very specifically stated that the repealing of an act is an essential legislative function that cannot be delegated, because it is absolutely the domain of the Parliament. Only the Parliament can repeal a bill. Yeah. By virtue of 104 of the Act, the government has entrusted the power with the executive to repeal a bill. Means it is totally illegal, unjustifiable. It cannot be implemented. That is the reason why which the Honorable Minister is now coming with a fresh bill so as to amend and repeal these clauses. Sir, please, I am seeking a ruling also from this issue. And further, sir, I have seen an amendment today. Government is coming with an amendment, not the government, but a member from the Treasury bench is coming with an amendment. That is Madam Dr. D. Purandeshwari is coming with an amendment. I notice has already been circulated. Kindly go through that notice also. Again, it is going to create confusion. At the time of moving that amendment, I can very well substantiate that point. I may be given time at that time. So this is none other than, it is totally the mistake and the wrong, grave mistake committed by the Labour Ministry. That is the reason by which this has come. And also, what are the limits of the delegated legislation means? It is delegated legislation doesn't mean that the law cannot be repealed by the executive. It is the power and it is the domain of the parliament that is being taken away by that act. That is the reason by which the government is not implementing this labour code. That is the point. Sir, coming to some other issues of the labour. Sir, regarding this drastic labour reforms, I would like to say that it is totally, the interest of the workers are totally ignored. The code mandates that so many issues are that it is against the fundamental rights, Article 19C. Since I have no time, I am not going to all these details. The code aims greater labour market flexibility. Sir, previously, kindly say previously, if a management has to declare the layoff, he cannot lay off. Now it is more than 300 workers only. That means 85% of the industrial establishment will be outside the ambit of this law. And the hire and fire policy is there. And similarly, the standing orders are not applicable to so many establishments. Thereby, the appropriate government, whether the central government or the state government, can issue orders by which the standing orders are not applicable to the governments. In short, sir, it is totally anti-labor, anti-poor. So once again, I demand to the government that please consider the demands of the trade unions, the workforce of the country. They are contributing the wealth of the country. That has to be taken into consideration. So please withdraw all these labour codes. With these words I conclude. Thank you very much, sir.
धन्यवाद सभापति जी कि आपने मुझे औद्योगिक संबंध संहिता संशोधन विधेयक 2026 पे मेरी बात रखने का मौका दिया। किसी को क्या बताएं कितने मजबूर हैं हम, बस इतना समझ लीजिए।